I feel like this has been a day in the making well before Scott popped the question, and I'm excited to finally be here to celebrate two of my favorite people who I think we all know are quite perfect for each other. I also want to give a special thank you to the Doties and the Rafsteds, because I'm sure Michelle and Scott could have never pulled off such an awesome party without their help. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Kristen, Michelle's best friend for the last 26 years. I'm the oldest of three girls, and Michelle has always been our fourth sister. She was my partner in crime while growing up, and my equal when it came to bossing around all the younger kids that lived on Willow Lane. For many years growing up, we were inseparable, and I constantly had to be told to wait until an appropriate time to call Michelle to play on a Saturday morning. From sleepovers to afternoon swimming in the Doty pool to making up dances to every song we knew and inviting the entire neighborhood to watch us perform, to playing Power Rangers and Spice Girls, Michelle has always made things a little more fun. Even as a 29-year-old woman, she still is the most fun kid I know. Like any best friend relationship, we've had some ups and downs, but we definitely came out on top. Not only did we fight like sisters, but more importantly, we've loved like sisters. Whether or not we've been in the same place at the same time, we've always found a way to stay involved in all the things that life has thrown at us, and lucky for us, it's been more good than bad. Michelle's an amazing person who is beautiful, kind-hearted, smart, and selfless. She's a wonderful Auntie Mitch to my two boys and a loyal son. Michelle, you look absolutely stunning. I couldn't be more honored to be standing by your side tonight. I'll talk about Scott, it'll be fine. I've also had the pleasure of knowing Scott since I was 14, which means we've been friends more than half my life. I have many, many memories with Scott, all of which have included me laughing hysterically at some point. Scott is just as goofy, fun, and loving as Michelle, and with that handsome smile and baby blues, how could she resist? When these two finally made it official and started dating, the only thing I could think to say was, finally. You know you're gonna marry him, right? Michelle had the biggest smile on her face and just agreed. Since that day, I've been counting down the days until today finally arrived. I wish you two nothing but love and happiness, and I'm so excited to continue to watch the Michelle and Scott story unfold. I am by no means an expert on marriage, but my advice to you is to love unconditionally every day, even when the other is driving you insane. Love isn't always perfect, and at times it can be challenging, but hold on to the love you have today and know that it will only go stronger as your life together continues. I love you both, so everyone please raise your glass and toast to Michelle and Scott, the new Mr. and Mrs. Rafstad.
Some of you know this is not our first rodeo. Mike and I have both been maid of honor and best man before, and pretty good at it. We clean up well, we're excellent dancers, and for the low, low price of 2 chicken dinners and 30 vodka sodas, we're yours for hire.
We first and foremost want to thank the families, both the Rafstads and the Doties, for putting together this amazing event. They've been so supportive of this couple, as well as everyone else in the engagement party, and we're so lucky to be a part of it. Most importantly, we'd like to apologize for all the mischief that has taken place at both of your houses over the last 2 decades. And let's be honest, Sarah and I are not completely to blame for this. Now to talk about my man, Scott. So we've been friends since bird school. Growing up, we would play hockey on the street with everyone from the neighborhood, including a few girls who were better than us at sports. As we got older, Scott was always the responsible one, as everyone knows, and he got his driver's license first. We would cruise around the village in his GTP, looking for hot chicks, but more often than not, we'd end up with Sarah and Michelle. In high school, Scott convinced me to play ice hockey, and I didn't even know how to skate. Needless to say, I got my ass kicked a few times, but luckily Mr. Rafstad would help by drawing plays on a napkin for me. And thanks to the Rafstads, I was named the most improved player the following year. Scott and I ended up going to EIU together, and we were roommates our freshman year. We had a lot of fond memories and great times. One memory Scott won't let me forget is our first night in the dorm. Long story short, Scott found me peeing in my closet. Needless to say, he had enough of me after 1 year and transferred schools. After that, he went to Robert Morris, back to EIU, the EIU, and ended up at his dream school, the U of I. Either way, Scott has always been there for me if I ever need anything and provides the most brutally honest feedback whether I want to hear it or not.
The Redeem Team. I've been friends with Michelle since 6th grade since I bullied her into joining cheerleading. She didn't want to wear a skirt and it was just for girly girls. Fast forward through a few hundred hours of cheer practice, sweaty days and late nights at cheer camp, at least 6 broken bones, all Michelle's. Countless sleepovers and dance parties in the Doty Playroom, we became best friends and had so many others as part of our crew. Since then, Michelle and I have become a little too similar. We both have parents who grew up on the north side of Chicago, who we can thank for our short stature, our heavy Midwest accents, and of course, our beer bellies. Thanks, guys. We both love pizza, tacos, yoga, Britney Spears, and rap music. We both have a brother who makes us look like the good child. We're just glad they're both here today. They both got haircuts. With all these similarities, Michelle and I were able to find the sister we never had within each other. And even though we're supposed to be adults now, not much has changed since the late 90s. We still have more sleepovers than adults probably should. And we still don't quite know when to call it a night because a nightcap always sounds like a good idea. A large space for activities still means doing drunk yoga, cheerleading, dance moves, and the occasional 3-man shoulder sit. I'm so thankful that we have each other, and I know that when we're old ladies, we'll still be dancing, holding each other up, and getting kicked out of bars in Chicago.
Scott, it's been a long road to get here. We've had some late nights, some nights we don't remember, and some nights we're still trying to forget. Unfortunately, Summer Snow on Snapchat, thanks Brandon Aquino. Through all of it, I knew you were going to end up with Michelle. We all knew that, and we're so happy that we can be a part of it, and I think everyone else in this room feels the same way.
Michelle, throughout my life, you've always been there for me. I'm so happy you're with your perfect match. Now it's the 4 of us together, the dream team, and it's a good thing because neither one of us could handle these 2 alone. Now it's time to toast to this amazing couple on this already unforgettable day. Cheers to the new Rofstads. We love you both. We wish you nothing but love, happiness, and years of even more adventures. Cheers.
I have 2 toasts. The first one's real quick.
Not the one we talked about.
No. Debbie, and Ellen, and all you girls, thank you so much for putting on a wonderful evening. You know, guys, we think we can live without them, but we can't. They take care of details that we'll never even want to worry about. So to the ladies of the evening, to all the ladies that are responsible for this night, thank you very much. A toast to them. Cheers. Good. So I think back to, this all started, I'll never forget it. It was December 21st, 2014. It was a Monday night. Mrs. Dote, Ellen and I were watching TV. The doorbell rings at 10 minutes after 6. She's sitting in her position. I'm in my position. We're not answering the door. There's no way. So we just let it ring. It rang again. I says, oh shit. I walked around the corner and I looked, and I see him through our front door. Well, it's 4 days before Christmas. I know what this is about. So I open up the door and I look at him and I stand there and I says, listen to me, I told you, if you're gonna marry my daughter, you don't need my permission. You know, it's just crazy. But you know, I think about it now, and you're very lucky, fortunate. She's very lucky and fortunate to have you. And it's a great match. And the last thing, I love movies, and I think about parenthood. And your life is a roller coaster. It's not you don't want to go round and round. You want to go up, down, challenges all the time. So my toast is to you guys the very, very best. You deserve each other. You're perfect for each other. And God bless. Come, Jared.